I'm gonna plan us walking down the street, them feel noticed, make them feel seen, lifelong impact on people's lives. Well, I can't make no big decisions today. No, fuck. But 2,500. So I debated if I wanted to talk about this outside of work. Then frustrated because I feel like I was blindsided. What's up, y'all? It's your girl KP, and I'm back with another video. Ready. I'm about to get mad already, girl. So with that being said, as you can tell, anger is the root of my reaction, as well as kind of like self-identifying what my emotions are right now. But it did make me realize that, you know, the whole fight or flight, I'm a flight type person. I immediately wanted to run. Well, first I wanted to cry because I'm just extra emotional right now, but I wanted to run. So like after that meeting, I felt like I needed to quit the job. Like it made me want to leave. But then I'm like, girl, it was just a critique. It was just constructive criticism. And I should be able to take constructive criticism. So I was taking it as such. Okay, let me improve on whatever was said. Let me do better the next time. I will work on it. I will, you know, perform at the rate that you need me to do it. Like, that was my next course of action. It's okay. I had to sit with myself, with my emotions, understand the words that I took in, understand what they meant, understand where I fit in the equation. So I did all those things as I'm sitting at my desk for the remainder of the day. The person that was speaking about me finally came up that day and said something to me. Of course, was smiling in my face again. Y'all don't understand how much I wanted to be like, oh, so I heard you was talking about me. Say something now to my face. What was said? Like, that's how I wanted, like, I really wanted to. And me and my coworker talked about it. I was able to vent about it to her. She felt like, yes, she was sorry that it went out like that, and just to remember that these people are not your friends, they are just your coworkers. Like, it doesn't matter how close you get with somebody, when it comes down to work, they're not going to care anything about your personal relationship with them, and that's just on period. This basically helped me learn how to work through conflict resolution, not to focus on fear, and not to run from uncomfortable situations. My focus is always going to be communication, peace, and just looking at the big picture and what actually matters in this scenario. With that being said, let me get into why this pertains to the topic. Okay, on a business tip, I have still been working to make sure that I'm reaching my launch date on time. But the reason why the job situation affects this business stuff so much is because I have put a lot of time and mental capacity into my business, not into my job. Okay, so I'm not sure if that is where the performance level has decreased because I'm working on other endeavors. Can't really tell. It did give me perspective on like maybe it's coming out and then I'm just not aware. I don't know. But it became very clear that I do not want to work for somebody. I mean, that's not a new thought that I had all of a sudden yesterday. That's something that's been in my head, that I don't want to necessarily work for somebody, even though I know how hard it is to solely be an entrepreneur, which is why I have always maintained a job instead of just jumping head over heels into entrepreneurship. It doesn't guarantee a check, unlike a job guarantees a check. Like, I'm a salary worker. So coming out of that consistency into inconsistency would be like a culture shock. But it does push my narrative of wanting to work for myself even harder because I need income. That's why I'm working, but I'm also working to work for myself. I didn't record, but January 3rd, I had a coaching call with my agency, which basically you can ask them different questions, let them know like where you are in your business, what do you need help with, like basically like a mentorship opportunity. But on that call, she let me know so much information and tips and tricks and everything I need to know to kind of like get where I'm trying to be. And one thing that she brought up that has never crossed my mind is she was just like, are you planning on retiring with this business? Like basically, are you planning to make this business your way to retirement? And I just have not thought about that. And y'all know in the last video, I was talking to y'all about the marketing team that was telling me I can make 100K. Like, those things are not far-fetched. It was never like, oh, I'm starting this business so I can be a millionaire. But when I'm talking to other people and they're making it seem like this could be a possibility, like, if you want to go far with this, you can. Like, it's possible. And I don't know, like, I just have not been thinking about my business on a money standpoint. I've been thinking about it as, for one, something that's gonna make me feel good as a person, doing something that I love, as well as like giving to others also like gives back to me. Like, that's the kind of exchange that I get with doing this. And that's been kind of my focus. Like, the actual work has been my focus instead of the return. So I kind of got to open my eyes a little bit about the money piece, because though it's not all about money and it's definitely not my focus, it could be a different lifestyle for me. Launch date is still set for March 16th. I had some issues with the photographer, so we don't have a shoot yet, even though it needs to be done this month, the month of February. Oh, it's a new month. Hey, I'm working on ordering a logo, and I'm working on opening up the business account. I have an appointment this Friday, so hopefully my next journal entry is about me opening up my bank account. And that's all my updates. If you didn't get nothing out of this video, just remember that it's no need to run away from conflict. There's no need to retreat back in your cocoon of comfortability and safety. Every hard thing is not worth running from. Because I really had to think about it. And I'm one of those people that when somebody says something to me, I repeat it over and over and over and over in my head. I feel like I'm taking myself there every time I think hard about it, but I have to use it as fuel to improve. Yesterday was rough. Ooh, y'all, it could go so much deeper, because I feel like in a childhood standpoint, I was always the quiet girl. I was always the one people feel like they could step on. So it's like, it's so irritating to be the most unproblematic person and still get attacked, or still get thrown under the bus as if you weren't standing behind the bus. Let me clock out. I will see y'all in the next video. I had a lot to say today, but I'll see y'all in the next one. We on our way to the bank. Today is the day. Just for the deposit. Yeah, I'll see what that say. Okay, today is the day, honey. Let's be honest. How many of y'all have never left the country?